ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. As you see, my family has just run away from me. I think they're sick of hearing my voice. So, Guru Sahib Kirpa, I thought the best way to start day 2 of lockdown SMAGAM, quarantine SMAGAM, whatever you want to call it, was by doing some Simran. So, thank you to my kids and my Signy who was here a minute ago for helping out with this today. So today my topic is all about positivity during lockdown. So how can we remain positive during lockdown, during this quarantine period? So first of all, what I'd like to say is, I think it's very important that we use this time to go in deep within inside and get in touch with our spiritual side. And I've been watching a lot of TV and seen online a lot of people talking about spirituality. And you think to yourself, why is that? The biggest reason is because we've been stripped away from those things that we have seen as being the pleasures of life, the sukh of life. But Satsangji, if you listen to these things are just temporary sukh. We need to look at the real sukh, and that is spirituality, as getting in touch with you and within yourself. So it did make me think, how can we stay positive during this time when things seem so bad? First of all, let's not think about bad, let's think about turning that negative into positive. I was speaking to a Gurmukh Pyara last week, and I actually spoke to him on the phone and I said to him, oh, it's so bad, what's going on? And he actually gave me a little bit of a row. He says to me, Singh, you should not, as a Gurmukh, as a Gursikh, be using those words bad. And I think for a minute, why is he saying that to me? Then I realised what he meant. Because, if anything, as a Guru ka Sikh, as someone who believes in Guru, they all should be in Chardi Kala. And that point, I think I wasn't. I probably was fighting little battles in within my head. Which brings me to the topic of now stress levels, anxiety, feeling anxious. These things are on the rise. So how can we counteract these things? By being positive. So he says, not look at the dukh, let's see if we can flip that dukh and make it into sukh. Because really, by thinking about things that are negative, watching negative news, seeing all these things that are going on, it makes you even more down. But we need to turn that into a positive soch. So even Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, as we know, I was thinking about what Rera said. So recently, to keep ourselves active with the kids, we've been doing more Gurbani together, which has been amazing. So we're getting together because there's no excuses. I'm home working, so after my work's finished, I can get together with the kids quicker, and we're doing things together. So one thing we've been doing more frequently is doing Reras more together instead of everybody going in their own rooms doing Reras. We've been getting together, making that habit of getting together and doing Reras and reading Gurbani. And Reras, the first line I think about, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj saying, Dukh daru sukh rog paya ja sukh tam na hui. The Dukh daru, which is the dukh meaning the pain, the suffering, is the medicine. Now you think, how can the pain be medicine? But let's look at this line, think about this line. Dukh daru sukh rog paya. Sukh rog paya. Sukh, rog is disease. The sukh is actually the disease. So how is that? How can the sukh be the disease and the dukh be the medicine? Because where someone has too much sukh, which, let's face it guys, we had so much sukh going on, we were over sukh. Sukh was flowing out everywhere. We were going on these flamboyant holidays, the fancy cars, the fancy meals, all that stuff. That's ultimately a lot of sukh. Now a banda, a person who has so much of that sukh in their life, that becomes the rog, that becomes the disease, because when there's no dukh there, when I mean by dukh, I mean having downtime. For example, there's a lot of downtime we're having. That's only then you feel desire to be with God. And what I mean by being with God, by sitting down, doing spiritual things, reading Gurbani, understanding the Guru from a Sikh perspective. So that's who I am. I'm a Sikh, so I'm going to talk about it from that perspective. So yeah, it's very important to see that sometimes when you have too much Sukh, there's no desire to be with God. Sukh rog pyar ja Sukh tam na hoye. Too much Sukh, no desire to be with God. When you have a little bit of dukh, and again, I don't mean by dukh your arm being chopped off, your legs being chopped off, because that's really bad. What I mean by times like this, for example, during lockdown, so this is our now into the 4th week of lockdown. As you know, the government announced that. So then we need to do things to stay positive. So out in the house, we've been all trying to get together and do some, for example, baking and cooking. So I rolled up my sleeve, got into the kitchen, and I says, what's there to eat then? Because I'll be honest, guys, I can't cook. I can't cook to save myself, to be honest with you, which is something I do want to learn from this whole lockdown, so I can come out this other side and know how to cook a little bit as well. Because I'm very fortunate that I have a Signy and the girls, they all help cooking. So it's something I do want to do. But yeah, get together, try to do something. There'll be a few days time, I think there's going to be someone making eggless cake, for example. So let's watch that video and learn how to make eggless cake. Because the whole part of being a Sikh as well, a Sikh is to learn, as a learner. So we can learn loads of things. It doesn't have to always be things like, for example, learn Gurbani, but let's face it, that's going to be a really good tool as well, because if we learn more Gurbani, we learn a Shabad, while we're during this time of lockdown, we can come out the other side, and then we can go to the Gurdwara and then Guru Sahib Kirpa, we can then sing that Shabad that we've learned, we can read that part that we've learned. So there's little things like that we can do as a family together. So we've been doing that, the cooking thing, not me, but the kids have been doing that, the kids have been baking, again, things to keep yourself positive. Sitting down together, reading part. I love that old saying, those who pray together stay together. There's definitely something in that. I think it's very important that we do that, because doing Sangat with your family is just as good as doing Sangat with outside. Although, Satsangaji, I'm not going to lie, I'm definitely missing going to the Gurdwara. Now I think we're all missing going to the Gurdwara Sahib. Doing Darshan of Guru Granth Sahib. For those who don't have a Guru car near them, they most likely won't be able to even go inside the Gurdwara, but I think some people still get that fortunate opportunity where if it's quiet, they can go in and visit Maharaj and sit down and do some part, because Prakash is still happening in Gurdwara Sahib and Guru Sahib Kripa. But yeah, if you're going to go, please keep that safe distance, as we keep hearing. So that's important as well. So yeah, back to talking about this line that Maharaj is talking about. So yeah, so that's the truth, Satsangaji. When we have too much Sukh, we don't have a desire to be with God. Now I was thinking about Asaki, or not so much of Asaki, but I've listened to some Katha, and they're talking about when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj was with his Singhs and Jamkaur, and they were in the Killa. Thinking how much suffering they went through. They must have been in so much pain and hunger. Like we're thinking about those lines, Kitya Duk Puk Sadmar, E Bedat Teri Datar. Those lines basically mean that Kitya Duk Puk Sadmar, even though they were suffering, they were deprived from hunger, from the world, from the normal things, they were still in Chardi Kala. Because E Bedat Teri Datar, even that pain is almost like a gift. So this is the things they read in Japji said with so much pyar, I could imagine that they would be able to still stay in Chardikla and high spirits. And that is absolutely amazing. So I took inspiration from that Katha, that we're not in that kind of pain that they were thinking. We talk about they suffered, they were starved, no food coming in. Now it's easy to say suffer from hunger, but how do you do that? Let's face it, I can't even go half a day without eating. So, and that's all we seem to be doing during this lockdown, is it seems to be everybody just thinking about what I'm going to have for breakfast, then we're planning our lunch, and then we're planning our dinner, and then we're planning our supper, or before going to bed meal. It seems to be all about food. So imagine these things then, they have no food coming in, so it's easy to say, die of starvation. But imagine how difficult it must have been for those things. So we're still in a very fortunate position, so let's keep that positivity that, yeah, we're safe in our houses. You know, we have beds to sleep in, a roof over our head, we have family around us. Another thing you can do to keep positive, now that no excuse, majority of people are off work. So someone who's dinging your call and not answering, telling porkies and by saying they're busy, because most of us, unless you're working from home, like myself, I'm working from home, so I'm a little bit busier than normal, than some people. However, but most people are free to talk. So FaceTime people, FaceTime family, FaceTime loved ones who you haven't spoken to in a while. I've got a lot of cousins in Leeds, and I've been FaceTiming them and talking to them, and that kind of brings it back to memories that we used to do when we were young. So little things like that you took for granted, you can introduce that now whilst we're home. So I've been calling a lot of family people that I normally don't speak to. So yeah, do that. Keep in touch with your elders as well. It's very important, because let's face it, you know, they're alone in their houses as well, some of them, and we can't interact with them because we're scared to pass on this horrible virus that's going about. So make sure you keep in contact with them. That's really important. Again, that keeps positivity going, because they know that you hear for them. Little messages on the groups to say on your WhatsApp family groups, if you've got WhatsApp group, to say anybody need anything, or send some inspirational quotes on there, or inspirational videos. Again, keep them positive during this time. So that was my main focus today, of being staying positive during the time of lockdown, during the time of quarantine. I'm so thankful, Guru Sahib Kripa, that the Singhs of Edinburgh, of Scotland have got together an opportunity to do these online virtual samagams that we can all learn something from. Maybe not from myself, but in a few days' time there's going to be a lot more going on. There's going to be some sakya, there's going to be some people painting, there's going to be some date workshops, there's going to be someone making an eggless cake, I think, as well. So I'm looking forward to that one, as I mentioned earlier on. So there's a lot going on, Kirtan, people teaching us some Gurbani tutorials as well, so looking forward to that. One of our Singhs from Edinburgh. So we've got a lot going on, so everybody tune in, 7 PM every night. It's going to be on Facebook and Instagram. Unfortunately, it's not going to be live, it's going to be uploaded at 7 o'clock, so please take the time out. It's only 10-15 minutes of your time to watch those videos, because we can't afford to go live, it's too expensive. As you know, there's no money coming in because we're all off work, so we can't afford to go live, so we're just going with a old school Desi style and just doing it, uploading at 7 PM. But please do tune in and tell your families and friends to take the time out. Make that a little bit of habit for the next month. Every time, 7 o'clock, everybody get together with their families and stream it to the TV, and then watch the 7 o'clock smagams, from virtual smagams from Edinburgh, from Scotland. And at least that keeps us something like a hobby for that time, for 7 o'clock. That'll be great. So forgive me for many mistakes that I've made. And Guru Sahib Kripa Kare that we can all get through this and come out feeling more positive, with more energy, and let's share our positivity with the world. And we'll do a massive divan, massive program, get together, do Kirtan, Jap Naam. That's very important during this time. Hence why we started with Jap and Naam. It's just unfortunate my family are sick of hearing my voice, so they ran away from me. But they'll be back when it comes to dinner time, because I'm getting quite hungry now, so it's time for me to eat. So forgive me for many mistakes that I've made. I'm just your brother here, just trying to share some light and share some positivity around the world as well. And Guru Sahib Kripa Kare, I'll be back online shortly with some more videos if I get opportunity. So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.